Hey guys, it's Zipic, and welcome back to another Rust base build. Today I have an odd spin on a popular base design, the honeycombed 2x2. You may have seen this design before, as it has been used by Shaky, Posty, Trowsy, Life Stomper, and many others. So let me introduce you to the 2x2 roof bunker. Now, of course, this is not my typical build style, however, I've only seen a handful of 2x2 roof bunkers after the roof changes Facepunch made in building 4.0. Now, being a 2x2, this design is great for a force wipe. It has a simple starter base, and I've also created different levels of honeycomb, which you can skip through as you gain more materials throughout your wipe. This trio base comes with full roof access, as well as a 27 rocket raid cost to TC, and 36 to main loot. So with all that said, let's get right into the base tour.
Alright guys, let's get right into the base tour. As you guys can see, coming up to the front door here, we have some furnaces right away. It's very easy to see outside, and it comes to a basic airlock. You have windows on both sides. We'll continue through our garage door path here. We come to our research table, a large box, and 3 sleeping bags. We'll head up top. Here you guys can see our bunker, as well as our second floor entrance. You guys have a repair bench up here, 2 more small boxes, guarded by a shotgun trap. This is undrainable even if you are on top. And we'll go ahead and go up to the next floor, which up here we have our bedroom and also an airlock onto the roof. So now back down to the bunker, you guys can see we can't show much from out here, so let's spawn in my bunker bag and I'll continue the tour from inside. So spawning in one of my 3 bags, we immediately have access to a tier 3 barbecue and 2 small boxes. Let's go straight through the garage door path. Immediately we'll have access to a 4-box loot room, pretty easy to get around, which is nice. And opening up the next door behind that, we have a shotgun trap as well as a 4-box loot room down here in the floor. The shotgun trap is here for a reason, and that is to self-seal the bunker. To open it up, we're going to stand right here next to this frame, grab a roof triangle piece, and look around the armored wall and place it in. Let's go ahead and continue down into our TC room. On top here, you guys can see we have 3 large boxes, and down below another 3, as well as the TC. And if we turn around, we also have 2 more large boxes underneath. Both are locked, as well as 3 more small boxes. And here's the TC upkeep. So with all that said, I think we should get right into the base build. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get right into the starter base build. This is part 1. We're going to start by placing in 3 lower square foundations, and the 4th one will be raised like this. You can upgrade all these to stone. And now we'll place in walls on 7 of the 8 slots, leaving out only 1. That'll be this one right here. We'll place half walls on top of all the other walls, so they all equal out in height. And let's upgrade all these to stone as well. And now off of our open slot, we can place in a triangle foundation. And we'll place in 3 half walls surrounding that foundation, with a roof tile on top. Now on the left side, we'll place in a wall. On the right, we'll place in a wall frame. We can get a door on here for now. And then we'll put in the roof. For the TC, go ahead and place it right in this back corner here by our door. Make sure you place it just like I did there, as far as you can into the corner. And of course, for an airlock, we're not going to want to mess with this slot right here, because this is going to be for our roof. So let's head outside and build that in now. So coming out of the front door, you can place in a square foundation, and then 2 walls to the left and also straight ahead of the door. We'll upgrade those both to stone. And then we'll do a wall frame on the right side with a roof on top. And then our final door. And this will serve as our basic airlock for the time being until we have enough resources to continue to part 2 of our starter. So for part 2, we're going to begin by placing in a wall next to the TC. So it'll be a full wall with a half wall on top. We'll upgrade these both to stone. In this open slot, we can place in a floor frame and upgrade that to stone as well. And now going down by the TC, we'll place in a half wall and a roof piece. You can remove the half wall and upgrade the roof to stone. And at this point, let's just go ahead and add in some wall frames, 3 of them around our 2x2, and a floor on top of the TC as well. Upgrade that to stone. Now let's get the important boxes down first. So above our TC here on the tile, we can place in 3 large boxes. Make sure this box against our wall piece is placed in before you guys get the roof piece in for a bunker, because the roof piece will actually interfere with this box, so it will not be able to be replaced once you guys get that in. And wait to put in this final one until you guys have a garage door in this slot. Now for our second important loot room, we'll head down to our TC and go underneath this floor tile. We're going to place in 2 large boxes in the back. Make sure the inside of the box is facing towards the center of your square. That way you guys can place code locks on both boxes. Make sure all members of your group have these boxes before you guys seal it off with a low wall, because you'll not be able to access the code locks after you seal it. In the center here, we can go ahead and place in a small box, and then also 2 small boxes on either sides. So now I'm going to give you guys a little upgrade guide for the inside of the base. You guys can see we're going to start by upgrading everything to metal, and over the course of the wipe, we can then begin slowly upgrading everything to HQM, starting with our TC room and ending with the roof pieces. Obviously there's no rush to get everything done right away, but try to get some ceilings and walls done as soon as possible. So again, whether your base is this upgraded or not, it's not a huge deal. We'll go ahead and add in some doors though right now. Some garage doors on all 3 of these slots. Open all these up now as well. And whatever workbench you guys have, since we can pick them up now, it's not a big deal. Go ahead and place it up against this wall. Of course, we'll fit in a small box underneath. And we should have just enough room to put in a barbecue. Of course, our bags can go here if you haven't already placed them in. And now with this garage door down, we can stand on top of our barbecue and place in our last large box. For our next loot room, we'll go ahead and place in 4 large boxes in this drop down square. For this, we're going to stand in one of the corners and place the box right up against the wall, just like this. Make sure it's as flush as you guys can get it. There's one. The second one will have to go right up in the back. Same way. Just like that, there's our 4 large boxes in that little square. Now again, we'll hop down to our TC. You can place in 3 more large boxes down here. And there's our 3. And we should be able to fit in a low wall still right in this slot. So whenever you guys are ready, I expect at this point your team has all of the codes. We can go ahead and seal that off with a sheet metal wall, just like that. Now for this next square here, we're going to fit in a 4-box loot room. So make sure these frames are upgraded to metal, and we can do the same thing we did down there. This time it'll be even a little bit easier. Put in the first large box just like this, and go all the way around. Make sure you guys have all these garage doors, of course, in place before you guys do this. And just like that, our inside of our 2x2 is basically finished. At this point, all we have to do is just add in our roof piece. I like to just do metal here. It doesn't need to be armored. You guys can save a bit of resources there. And of course, to open it, just grab a triangle roof piece or a roof piece. I like the triangle one a little bit more. Stand up against this frame right here and just look towards the bottom half of the armored wall. You guys should be able to place that in. And then you guys can hop right through and walk into the rest of your base. So whenever you guys find yourself a shotgun trap, this is why I like the triangle roof piece. You can go ahead and place it in. If you guys can get it to fit like this, where it is, where the barrel is actually hitting the roof, it should demolish your bunker the second anyone who doesn't have TC access hops in here. They will not even be able to get all the way through in time before this breaks it. I'll give you guys an example of that right now. So I just upgraded everything to its final grade, but of course you guys can still have stone or metal in this condition to do the outside honeycomb. I would definitely not recommend upgrading everything to armored until you guys at least have a bigger door path finished. So for the time being, let's go ahead and work on part 1 of the honeycomb. So for phase 1, we're just going to go around with simple triangles all the way around the design, just like this. So we get around to our door again. We'll upgrade all these to stone. And now we can start working on our honeycomb. So again, this part's going to cost metal. Here's the cost for building this section. And let's go ahead and start upgrading it right now. And now we'll head up onto the roof and continue on. We don't even need to place in a roof piece here, by the way. We're just going to continue on with half walls on top of this and also make those metal. And now we'll go around and put in floor tiles on top of all of these and also make them metal. Now obviously we're going to want to honeycomb all of this top area, so we're going to place in half walls all the way around, upgrade all these to metal, and then this part's actually quite important. So you guys can see where our roof bunker is right here. We're going to place in only 2 half walls in between, splitting off the 2 sections of our bunker. So we're going to upgrade these to metal. And it's very critical that we do not have a wall right here. You'll see what happens if I do place one. The bunker will actually seal itself. So we need this wall gone. And our bunker will stay open. So just seal it off just like this. And so we guarantee the cheapest cost will be 27 rockets to the TC. We need to make sure all of these are armored. Now this is phase 1 of our honeycomb finished, but now let's go ahead and continue on to the phase 2. So for phase 2, it's pretty basic. We're going to go around the entirety of our base with another layer of honeycomb using triangles and squares this time. I'll give you guys a bird's eye view map of exactly how to do this. We'll upgrade all these foundations to stone as well. And now we can add in all of our outside stone honeycomb. And we're gonna completely forget about the buffer wall in between here. It's just gonna add more cost to the base design, so we're just gonna leave that open. Leave this triangle here open as well. We're actually gonna have our airlock. If you guys would like, you guys can add that in now. It's just going to be 3 more triangles off of this point. We can do a window frame on the left and also the right with a door in the middle. Make a basic airlock just like this. Then we can place in another wall frame right here. And just like that, the bottom floor of our base is now complete. Let's head up to the second one and we can continue working on it. Now to get up to our second floor, you guys can either build up or you guys can remove this door, or maybe not, depending on if it's a garage door or a sheet metal one. Either way, I'd recommend keeping your bunker very sealed when you guys are doing this, just to avoid getting deeped or raided. Around the outside, we're going to again place in a full wall. It'll look kind of weird, but it'll all line up with our top floor eventually. We'll continue going around the base with stone. And we'll leave this section above our doors open as well. If you guys don't want roof access, you guys can go ahead and just seal all of this off right now. There's no other worries about it. If you guys do want roof access, which I'm going to be adding in, we can go ahead and come over to where our sheet metal door was. We'll place in another triangle piece here. And then here as well for a drop. Another floor piece on top. You guys can go ahead and just seal this off with a half wall. Just like this. And now we can place in our door frame, giving us a basic airlock on the top floor as well. Just seal it off, pretty basic, and then add in a roof on top as well. We can add in wall frames on both levels on the way down. And to avoid a cheaper raid cost, we need to upgrade all of these walls to metal. Just these 4, and also I would recommend upgrading this one here on top. Now with our entrance done, we can continue on by building in all of the roof pieces on top. Again, we don't even need to honeycomb this here, it's just another buffer. It'll cost the same price if they were to raise through the side as through the top. And just like that, the outside of the base is now complete. Let's add in a few doors here. And a garage can go here. If you guys want an auto turret, you guys can place it in this triangle piece. If not, you can just go ahead and seal that off as well. Another garage door can go in this spot. We'll now replace these original sheet metal doors for garage doors as well. We'll add in the roof pieces finally. Of course, also our airlock in the front, our glass windows. We can add in a few furnaces in this triangle here. For the square next to our roof and window, I like to fit in a research table as well as another large box. And also a few bags can also go in here because it's nice to have a few bags on the outside of your bunker just in case you need to spawn somewhere different. On our next floor up, we can add in our repair bench. Make sure it's against this back wall. That way no one can avoid the shotgun trap that will be under this door, and it'll be very difficult to deep the base from the top floor. Now, depending on how active your area is, you may want a couple beds in the base, and I just like to put them right here next to our airlock to the roof. Just avoid anyone breaking these bags, so try to close this door behind you before you open this one to the roof. Of course, don't forget the other garage door here.
And guys, before I end off the video, I thought I'd treat you and just show you guys really quickly what I'm working on a secret project. What you're looking at is the exact same base, however that might be floor stacked. So I'll let you guys know how that's coming along. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.